Welcome to this YouTube channel. In this video we will talk about top 10 creepy places people got stuck. So before starting this video, like this video and subscribe to this YouTube channel for future updates. It just doesn't make sense to go outdoors some days, especially when you end up requiring a police and fire service rescue because you've become stuck within an ATM machine. Take a look at 8 more unusual situations that have ensnared onlookers and required emergency interventions. What is the worst area to get stuck in, from elevators to bathrooms to actual jail? So, in today's movie, we'll look at some of the creepiest places humans have ended up. Number 10. A claw machine. Any child's conception of paradise is a large see-through container full with plush toys, and they will go to any length to get inside. Jamie Bracken Murphy, 3, of Nenagh, Tipperary, Ireland, found himself trapped in a claw machine after crawling through the little flap through which the toys can be recovered. Murphy was on exhibit for almost 10 minutes before an off-duty firefighter was able to pull him out the same way he entered. Damien, Jamie's father, was unsurprised by his son's condition, describing him as a very mischievous, clever youngster who's always pushing limits. Number 9. A traffic cone. In 2013, a man in Hemel Hempstead, Hertfordshire, England, decided to have some fun by wearing a traffic cone, also known as a bollard. The big cone slipped down over and past his shoulders, encasing him in plastic, much to his dismay. A witness to the incident, John Waterman, recorded everything on his phone. Waterman told the Telegraph, "It was pretty random. It was pretty random. Before anyone thought to call the cops, the man staggered around for more than 2 hours." Number 8. A cement hopper. A recent cement mix-up occurred in Aurora, Illinois, when an unnamed guy became trapped in a cement hopper. The worker had entered the machine to clean it, but he became immobile when remaining cement on the machine's floor hardened around his legs. Extricating him from the hopper took firefighters more than 2 hours. According to the local fire service, he was carried to a neighboring hospital and treated for minor injuries before being released the same day. Number 7. A toilet. In 2016, a Norwegian man named Cato Berntsen Larsen got himself into serious difficulty after attempting to grab a friend's phone by lowering himself into a public toilet. Larsen was able to become trapped because the toilet tank was positioned beneath the seat. The tank, which is not connected to a sewage system and is only emptied on a periodic basis, was full with human waste, much to his dismay. Larsen vomited and was bitten by an unknown animal, adding to the rotten quality of his enclave. His plight did not improve until police were able to come and bring him out. "It was the most horrible thing I've ever seen," Larsen remarked. There were other animals down below. Number 6. A giant stone vagina. Chacanpay, a gigantic stone sculpture of a vagina designed by Peruvian artist Fernando de la Jara, is well known among visitors and residents of Tübingen, Germany. Since 2001, the towering display has attracted interested observers just outside Tübingen University's Institute for Microbiology and Virology. In 2014, an anonymous American student went spelunking in the 32-ton carving for a photo opportunity and became trapped, requiring 22 firefighters to rescue him. The pupil was delivered by hand, according to The Guardian, who referred to them as midwives. Number 5. A washing machine. Hide-and-seek games can go horribly wrong at times. In 2014, a man near Melbourne, Australia, surprised his partner by climbing into his top-loading washing machine completely naked. Unfortunately, he was unable to return to the surface. Responders were able to lubricate him and pull him out with a heavy application of olive oil. My recommendation would be for people not to jump into appliances, First Constable Luke Ingram told the Australian Broadcasting Corporation. Another Australian guy, trapped in a front-loading machine in 2015, ignored the warning and had to wait for rescuers to disassemble the entire machine in order to liberate him. Number 4. A baby swing. You can certainly say that if your adult friends challenge you to fit into a baby swing in a public park, you will fail. That's because it was tried in 2011 by a man from Vallejo, California. He was able to slide into the seat with the help of liquid washing detergent, but he couldn't get out. His buddies abandoned him overnight when his legs began to swell. He wasn't found for another 9 hours, when a groundskeeper heard his calls for aid at 6 a.m. the next day. The man suffered non-life-threatening injuries to his body. According to the San Francisco Chronicle, the man suffered non-life-threatening injuries to his body. Number 3. A chimney. There are plenty of Santa jokes to be made, but when you're stuck in your own chimney for 4 hours, you're probably not in the mood to laugh. In late 2016, a Tucson, Arizona resident who had locked his keys in his house chose to re-enter through the chimney to recover them. While it was an egregiously poor plan, he almost succeeded. His feet were almost touching the floor of his fireplace when the space became too tiny to allow any more progress, and he became stuck. He was rescued from the roof, covered in soot but otherwise unharmed, by firefighters. Number 2. Grandmother stuck in her bathroom. After becoming trapped inside, a 69-year-old French woman had her bathroom lock broken. The woman ended up hammering on the pipes in an attempt to catch someone's attention, but her neighbors rejected the commotion, claiming that it was workmen doing renovations. Fortunately, she had access to tap water in order to stay hydrated throughout the 3 weeks it took for her to be discovered. After neighbors complained about the constant noise, the cops came to her aid. As you can expect, she wasn't in the best of health when she was discovered, but she was swiftly treated at the hospital. Number 1. Stuck in an elevator. On October 15, 1999, Nicholas White was working in the McGraw-Hill skyscraper in New York City. He walked downstairs to smoke a cigarette, then returned via the building's express elevator because he worked on the 43rd floor. The elevator abruptly halted, and he pressed the elevator's alarm button, but nothing occurred. He remained waiting, hoping that no one would notice that the elevator was broken. After some time had gone and no one had noticed, he became panicked and tried to open the elevator doors, only to discover that there was nothing there but a concrete wall. Nicholas was stranded for a total of 41 hours, with only his wallet, 3 matches, and smokes. He was mostly in silence because he had to turn off the alarm once it started giving him auditory hallucinations. One of the most bizarre aspects of this is that there was surveillance film of the entire incident, as well as a camera recording the entire incident at his workplace, and no one noticed for 41 hours. Someone eventually observed Nicholas sleeping on the floor on the security camera after 5 shift changes in security officers. This guard mistook the person who snuck up to the building for a homeless person. Nicholas was eventually saved. What do you think of this video? Do let us know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from us again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go.